Hey, it's Walter with Blu-Grit Garage. We're at the Family Arena. It's July 21st for an autocross, and I'm here with Jacob. And we've been racing for a long time, and he's in Cam T. And he has this 1968 Torino, and I'm wondering how much Torino is actually left in it. So you want to give a little description?
So yeah, this is my 1968 Torino. It's basically a Torino shell with a 97 Cobra drivetrain that's been slightly modified, or heavily modified really. And then we have done a lot of work, custom work for carbon fiber on it. Has carbon fiber front and rear bumpers. It has carbon fiber hood. It has carbon fiber underbody in different places.
I didn't know it was a carbon fiber hood.
It is a carbon fiber hood.
I thought it was just primed for, it was an old hood that was primed to cut up. I see that now.
Carbon fiber hood. So it's got a couple cutouts in it.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's carbon fiber. The interior has the original stock actual rear seat in it.
Never been sat in.
Just about. This is my grandpa's car actually. He owned it brand new. And then I took over about 20 years ago for it. And then we converted it into a race car. It has Corbeau seats in it. Originally had a bench. And then we put in a new steering column, made a new front dash for it with a digital Holley EFI dash.
Okay, yeah.
It's fuel injected. It runs a Holley Terminator setup.
Nice.
Has an 8.8 rear end in it.
What gear?
It's a 373 car.
Okay.
So we've added a rear spoiler to the car, 10-inch, legal per the rules, and then we've built a rear diffuser, which helps suck air from under the car, which makes it pull the car onto the ground and gives you more traction. Car runs 18 by 11 with 295 Bridgestones, which is the biggest you can fit in without cutting the car.
Oh, so you don't have any kind of mini tubs or anything? They're just stock wheel wells.
Stock wheel wells.
Rolled?
They are not rolled.
Oh, really?
So there is basically, this is what you could get. This was the car they ran in NASCAR in the late 60s. So they had pretty big wheel wells because they ran big slicks back in those days. So they did cut them out back in that time, but this car just had, it was kind of already set up to race in that time. It just wasn't a very stiff car. So to stiffen the chassis up, we added subframe connectors underneath that you can't see, and we've added a 6-point roll bar from the rear subframe into the front subframe.
Yeah, you can see it run alongside the door there.
Right.
Okay.
So again, it's got a mix of digital and analog gauges in it. It's just my personal preference. We've added a aftermarket Gen 2 Camaro front end into the car.
Really?
So it just happened to fit really well. The Mustangs are a little bit narrower, so they don't fit as good, so we used a Camaro front end. As you can see, this is what powers it, which is a 97 Cobra motor. It has a custom carbon intake setup with, it's got a set of cams in it. It's been stroked out to a 291. The original car was a 289, so I tried to kind of keep it, original-ish on the size.
I just say it's bored over a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
It's, you know, we're 2 cubes bigger, but
yeah.
We're not
10 over
not,
or something.
Yeah, it's huge. It's two old cubes bigger. A little better than 300 horsepower, a little better than 350 foot-pounds of torque at the rear wheels.
Okay, you did cut out the shock towers, gave you quite a bit more room, but with the GM style front suspension,
it fits really nicely to get that motor in there.
Now you had to brace the master cylinder towards the front?
We did. We braced the master cylinder because the firewall is not exactly super stiff, so we pushed a rod across the top to not only help stabilize the front, but also to push the master cylinder backwards as we push it forwards.
Is it connected here, or is that just like a rubber thing?
It's just a rubber foot.
Okay, it's a foot.
It's just a foot that pushes on that master cylinder. So it does have manual brakes. There is not enough room to put power brakes in this car.
How hard is it to stop though? Is it
not bad? It's pretty easy actually.
That's why you don't over brake, you know?
Yes.
Sometimes the power brakes are just so touchy.
Exactly. So that's about it. It's like I said, it's mostly a Torino shell with a whole lot of aftermarket parts from various other cars. It has been built with 4 different cars. It has parts from my 91 Escort, a Torino, It's got parts from our 97 Mustang, sorry, and obviously it's Torino, so that's 3,
Yeah.
and it has parts out of Camaro in it.
Camaro,
So it has 4 different cars have made one race car.
No Mopar parts, huh?
No Mopar parts.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet at least.
They're still working on it.
Still working on it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Oh, the Torino. Oh, well, that took care of that. Last time he did that, he broke a suspension piece, so that's what caused it. So, well, he's still running, so it didn't cause it this time.
So that means that he's going to move to the 7th position.
Something's up. Maybe the pressure's got too high. Something's one of those type of heartbreaking cone counts. They're letting him run again, so he might have spun it, stopping because there was a cone out of place or. Or something unsafe. Yeah. This one looks a lot better.